Hi, I'm Elena and welcome to this week's Thought for the Week. Have you ever thought about the relationship between faith and science? Do you think they're contradictory or just incompatible? Do you think you have to decide if you believe in one or the other? A couple of years ago, I was exactly at this point. In Sunday school, I was told that God created the world in less than a week. However, in geography, I've been told that it took billions of years for the Earth to become like it's now. And in biology, we learned that monkeys were the ancestors of humans. And I just really didn't know what to believe. Once, I've even read a Christian kids novel where the dad of the main character said that science was just wrong. I didn't know how to handle this conflict, but most of the times it was just in the back of my mind. Just until I went to college and needed to decide what to study. I was really interested in biology, however I wasn't sure if I should really take it because I knew that evolution would be a big part of the curriculum. In the end, I chose it and it stayed my favorite subject. Now, I even want to study biology or a similar subject at uni. But what happened to the conflict in my mind? I'm a Christian who wants to become a scientist? You might wonder how those two can go together. Well, over the times my beliefs started to change. What I thought were incompatible enemies didn't seem as incompatible anymore. Instead, for me, science is a gift of God for us to understand how the world works. Now I believe that the creation story in the Bible and evolution aren't contradicting. Why? Because I believe that they have different approaches. Now I don't understand the creation story as a historic report anymore, but as a narrative telling us that the world was created good, that we humans are called to be in a relationship with God and in relationship to each other, and that we're called to care about this world. These different perspectives can also be illustrated like this: a circle and a rectangle. They are two completely different things, aren't they? Just incompatible and just contradictory. However, if you know that there are shadows on the wall and on the floor, then you realize that the thing in the middle in the room is actually a cylinder. If the circle represents scientific beliefs and the rectangle represents Christian beliefs, then they're just different perspectives on the same thing, the world and the universe. What's important is that we might disagree on this subject. You might believe that the Earth actually got created in 6 days, and that's totally fine, because the core of Christianity is not whether or not creation took 6 days or billions of years. Instead, the core of Christianity is Jesus, His love for us in dying for us and resurrecting from grave 3 days later. And although I, like 80% of the Christians, believe in the evolution, I still believe that our existence is not a coincidence. Rather, I believe that God put everything perfectly fine together, that it works, and that He intended to have us humans in the world. Francis Collins is the director of the US National Institute of Health and was also leader of the Human Genome Project. Its aim was to discover all the genes in the human body. He is a believing Christian and even wrote a book about how faith and science can go together. To conclude, I believe that science and Christianity can go together and aren't enemies. But what do you believe? I hope my story and my thoughts encourage you to think a bit more about this topic and to find your opinion on whether faith and science can go together or not. See you next week!